You're listening to Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B. Mike.
We're back.
We back.
Okay, so B. Mike, I feel like you have some news to share.
What do you mean? I feel like you feel
I feel you have some news to share.
What news?
Because you've done some unusual things this evening.
What do you mean?
I mean, you brought a special guest.
You right.
Yeah, to talk about it.
I brought my girlfriend, Carice, to the show. So, yeah, we have a special guest in the booth. Not booth. In the waiting area.
Like the office.
Office, yeah.
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 Okay. Cool. So, we talked last week about how you're so much better with a girlfriend. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this week, what do you wanna talk about? Like what were your one cool things or your standout moments this week?
This might have been last week, but I bought her flowers just because. Last week. Last week?
I know y'all are one of those couples because I saw you on social media with your little video with the flowers and the tweets.
Of course.
Black love, everybody. Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's really great. I love it here. I love it.
You love it here. What is the here?
I love it here. Here is wherever she is.
Oh.
I love it here.
So where is home?
Home is where my heart is, and
I'm sorry if you heard my meme.
and currently my heart is with her. So wherever she is, that's where home is.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it.
You got the heart eyes. So I'm glad you're not going to be the Scrooge this Christmas.
The Scrooge.
Yeah. Yeah, glad about that. So Thanksgiving is coming up. Tay Z gave us the prompt of making food poems. So we're gonna whip those out during the later half of the show when Tay Z is on.
Right.
But also we need to talk about corporate America and capitalism.
Do we really need to do that?
Yeah. We need to talk about Black Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about it, but it just feels relevant because, they call it Great Thursday than Black Friday. So I've never been Black Friday shopping.
Me neither. I've seen it on TV and it's too hectic.
I want to be a part of the chaos.
I don't. Which is
what?
Which is
That's
opposite.
odd.
The opposite of what we usually are. Like you're usually a part of the not chaos, and I usually am part of the chaos. But
that is definitely the opposite of what we usually are. And I'm really surprised. Don't you have a poem called Chaotic? Something like that?
Do I?
I feel like there are a few poems from you that talk about you being chaotic, you not liking disaster necessarily, but you're like, yeah, I cause havoc. I'm a mess, sort of thing.
I'm going to look for that poem and then I'm going to say it when I find it.
Okay, cool. We've got a poem lined up. In the meantime, I should probably share a poem, right?
Yeah.
I should?
Yeah.
This is a poetry show. Oh, well, I'll ask you that during the break. Yes. Yes, I'm kind of nervous to share a poem. I don't know why I'm feeling so nervous tonight. Oh, actually, we talked about you and what's going on with you. Me, I'm happy and single. I'm rediscovering my freedom as a single woman, and I've been dieting because my mother's on a diet, and I felt like, well, she shouldn't diet alone. It will be more fun if we do it together. And she keeps like coming home with food and not sharing it with me, and I'm like, I'm slaving over this hot stove to achieve ketosis for us.
Ketosis.
And here you are getting food and not sharing it. But yeah, we're going to get an exercise bike on Saturday. And, you know, for those of you who meet me, whenever you see me, you'll see me and my muscles. So be sure to greet us both. Thank you. Yeah.
Your muscles being a third person is just crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thought, you know?
I recently saw the docuseries. Well, I don't want to give this a shout out because I don't really like what this lady said in her docuseries. So, but I'll say it since I started talking about it, which is it's called Killer Sally. And it's about a female bodybuilder named Sally who murdered her husband, who was also a bodybuilder. And it was like a big story during the 90s. And it was during like an era in like media of like angry women. And now that's kind of the polar opposite of the era we're in, which is the Me Too era of like believe women.
Right.
So it was kind of interesting to watch her documentary and like how the attitudes have changed, and also to hear her story. What I didn't like about it was that she said the N-word like hard R, like unprovoked. And I was like, oh, I didn't see this coming. Yikes.
She was white?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get off the touchy subject. But that's what kind of got me thinking about muscles. Like, okay, I'm going to be muscular. But not that muscular. Just like actually toned because I'm
not seeing the poem that you're talking about. But
maybe it was a vibe. It may not be called chaotic. Might just be sending chaotic vibes. Truthfully, I don't think I have any chaotic poems. I do have a poem that makes me feel like an imposter. I think that can be a little chaotic.
Read that one.
I've read this poem several times on the show. Yeah. But if you want me to read it again, I will. Since you asked, I'm going to.
Okay. Go ahead, K. Bellz.
Nobody laugh. This is called Newports.
Oh, okay. I remember.
You're muted.
I know.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah. Your voice is carrying to my mic.
Go ahead.
Okay. Newports. Yeah, can I get a pack of Newports? Or a light for my soul to turn from smoke to ash between the cracks of a concrete jungle? I wonder. A green life darker than money that makes the world spin asunder. I just want one more puff of a cloud nine, another dream closer to my divine. If I could do it all over, I would never know this corner. There would be no trash in my gutters, and my license plate would have a valid number, left, right, I mean red and blue. I'm shaking my head from the fuzz they always knew. There was nothing I could do to escape the 1 minute that grabbed hold of my head, the 60 seconds tighter than their handcuffs, and the getaway car I hid in an old woman's backyard because I didn't have a ride to school. I stole for a good cause, my joy. It's black and it sits on marble steps every day, but it matters. It was just as shiny on the corner and it glistened in the jail because those pigs who impaled my flesh, they've never touched my spirit. And here I stand outside my favorite store for convenience, turning up a light. You got a single? Yeah. I got a fresh pack of Newports. I'm ready to go where the drag pulls. That's my life. A pulse in the jungle until everything dies. Thank you, B-Mite.
Yep.
I feel I've read it with more vim in the past.
No, I mean, every time you perform a poem,
Yeah.
I get a different feeling.
Oh, okay.
So, like, that one, it really felt like you were just tired of it.
Oh
Not
wow.
not like not in a bad way, but
Yeah.
like you were tired of the imposter feeling.
Okay. Okay. Accepted. Yeah, I feel like an imposter when I read that poem because this is not my story. Like, I don't smoke. I've never really like stood on the corner for anything. So it's just like something that was inspired by, other people who have told me their stories. It's kind of like Ed Sheeran's song A Team. Like, I think it was inspired by a homeless woman that he saw, and
Hmm.
he kind of like made up a story to go with her.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I found a poem that kind of fits the imposter vibe, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's not really an imposter poem. But I'm gonna go ahead and read it. ADHD with a lowercase h. Diagnosed at a young age. This is my superpower and my kryptonite. It helps me to leap from conversation between conversations with a single bound, but sometimes it holds me down from keeping the important conversations a priority. I probably used to only see this as a weakness, but now I've also turned it into a strength. I still see it as an obstacle, but that's only when there's too much stimulation going on around me. Be my
It's odd to me that you think that's an imposter poem because you have ADHD.
yeah, but
So,
well,
what?
I said kind of. I did say kind of.
Why?
Because even though I'm reading it in its mind, it comes from me. It's like still sometimes hard for me to deal with
Yeah.
because it's just it's something I do it's something I deal with on a daily basis. So it's just like, eh,
Oh, okay.
it's like usual. Like, but reading the poem is like makes it prominent. It makes it like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're saying it's so much a part of your regular life that it's just odd, like highlighting it.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. Um, that's kind of relatable. It's like trying to write about, your own culture, but it's like how do you notice something about something that you've lived?
right,
Like
exactly,
lately I've been thinking about black culture cuz I feel like there's the idea that like black culture is like American culture.
mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes there's a difference. Like there are specific things that belong to like a subculture community.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that belonging is dismissed, especially when things go mainstream or things become popular.
Yeah,
So I was kind of thinking, well, like, how do we say like, no, this thing is ours, but like first you have to notice it.
right.
I feel like there's sort of a not disparity, but there's a lack of awareness about it, like on both ends.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
So it's your turn to read another poem, okay, Bellz?
Okay.
I already have my other poem queued up, so
Why are you trying to show me up? Like,
I mean, I'm not trying to show you up,
I mean,
but
I think, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not.
I just found this poem that I don't even know if I finished. But I see mac and cheese in one of the lines.
Oh my goodness.
And I also see imposter syndrome. So let me try to read it and see if it even makes sense. It might be something that just needs to be taken back to the drawing board.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what imposter syndrome is, but I like getting away. I like being someone else because the real me doesn't suffer. Her precious soul is never affected. She gets to hide whenever the pressure is too heavy. I do nothing as my old self, Pink is not my favorite color. It's blue. Mac and cheese is not my favorite food. It's soup. The inner me is my enemy, and the character I have become is the dream me. Where is my creative flow? I have been so distracted, sending this email, planning this action, writing this paper, making these t-shirts, counting these dollars, still not having enough. Not near where I want to be. I have to get back in the habit of writing daily, flexing my creativity, keep it near, because in truth, creative flow never leaves me. Oh, hey Bones. Hey Bones. Hey Bones. Yeah. Vibe check.
I liked it. It really. The funny thing about that is you say pink isn't your favorite color, but you're wearing a pink sweater.
Oh yeah, pink is definitely my favorite color. Like in that part, I was denying me for like the person I imagine I am. Yeah. So like I was kind of like wanting to be someone else, but I feel like the poem is a little all over the place. So I think that's the part that must be revised. It needs to be a little more linear. Yeah.
Okay. Confidence can be a natural disaster. I haven't done this in a while. So there are times where I feel like Samuel L. Jackson and King Kong, because ain't nobody got nothing on me. But there are also times where I feel like the smallest bug on the planet, liable to get crushed. And I know I get my confidence from God, but sometimes it is unseen like the tectonic plates under the earth, but when stirred up, it makes its presence known and could cause a 9.5 magnitude earthquake. I am that earthquake, but I am also the building that gets turned into rubble by it. I am trying to see myself more as a hero to my story, but I am a mess. I tend to see myself as the anti-hero, the villain, like a combination of Joker and Deadpool, and I know there's a thin line between confident and insecure, and I ride that line like I'm playing connect the dots. But there are days where I just want to put my headphones in and listen to music, poetry, watch a YouTube video, and be by myself. But there are also days where I hold my head up high and walk with the confidence I know I have. I also know there's a thin line between cocky and confident. And I ride that line too, hoping to create a picture of myself I approve of, hoping to find that happy medium between cocky and insecure. Being by myself is contradictory for me because I am an extrovert. I love being around people. I am different. I am a rare breed. So I know if I walked with the confidence of an earthquake, it would shake people to their very core, causing them to stare. But I don't like being stared at. There are days where instead of being an earthquake, I'd rather be a tornado because at least people would run and hide from me. But I know there are storm chasers hoping to catch it before it passes to get readings on it. There are times where I see my name in lights next to some of the biggest names in poetry, but at the same time, I see myself being stared at by millions, messing up one of my poems. Sometimes I wish my confidence was a tsunami, meaning I wish my wave would drown all those who would get in my way. I know my friends and family see me as a dormant volcano waiting to erupt. Be might.
Yeah, as soon as you ripped out with that, with the King Kong, I was like, okay, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
I know this.
Yeah.
It's a classic and definitely something you should perform on stage at the very next opportunity.
I will. I actually my first time performing it on stage was at the poetry party.
Right.
It wasn't quite done, but you can see that video on my YouTube channel at Napoleon B. Mike. Selfless self program.
Yeah. Shameless self promo.
Shameless.
Yeah. Is it on the Poetry Slam channel? We gotta spread it.
Yeah.
We gotta spread it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So, and is it on Spotify?
Yes, it is on Spotify, Apple Music.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we hope to hear it live at the Poetry Slam event coming soon.
You will. You
Yes.
will.
Follow at Poetry Slam and Napoleon B. Might and K-Bellz on all social media platforms to stay in tune with updates about that. So, I was writing a poem when you were performing. So, I was trying to write something, that's been on my mind. Truthfully, I've kind of been like on a black empowerment, black nationalist note recently because I voted.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was I was encouraged to vote because my friend, I'll just say because Tay DZ voted, and he was saying, "Oh, I have to do my civic duty," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have to do my civic duty too." Like people around me were voting, so I was like, "Yeah. Let me go ahead and do the right thing." And then I was like encouraging myself in my head, like, "Yeah, my ancestry goes back to the Virginia slaves. They fought for me to do this." Like, I don't know how much it like matters now. But I feel good about what I did.
That's
so it's like still in my head. I'm still like feeling pretty good. Like, I did something. So this poem is kind of like inspired by some stuff. Dear Mary Jane, I voted for you. My brothers and sisters are obsessed with you. They are slammed and jailed more than any other group for you. I didn't want to. I had to vote for you. Free them, my people who suffer to live. Why did they choose Mary? Something that makes them look more like the enemy, driving so quickly through quiet neighborhoods just to get a deeper sniff of her weeds. And I kind of just stopped it there.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I see you, Mary Jane.
Country. Okay. Yeah.
Country.
Yeah. I mean, that's all the way from the 90s. But yeah, I voted for cannabis. It's now legal in Maryland for anybody who doesn't know that already. And yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bittersweet about it. I was like, yeah, it should be because lots of people do it anyway. And I feel like black people are the most like criminalized. Although other groups do it, they're not punished at the same level.
Yeah.
So I was like, might as well. But I'm not, like, personally, I'm not a fan. So that's kind of where it was like iffy. But
Okay, K-Bellz.
yeah. Yeah. That was my soapbox. It's been kicked.
I have a poem that was started out, but not finished. So I'm gonna start it and riff the rest.
Oh man, we're getting to this.
Yep. Sometimes my mind is like a machine gun, able to rattle off poems left and right with no hesitation. Others, it's like an old rifle that gets jammed sometimes, stuck in the middle of a poem, stuck in the middle of firing off. Sometimes I wish my gun didn't get jammed. It gets jammed when I'm stressed, when I'm not focused. B Mike.
Oh, snap. And that riff kind of took us straight to our break.
That's fire.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I thought that was a pretty cool riff. I mean, you carried. But I think we got to warm up a little more.
Yeah, we do.
I think you're trying to poke the bear for a slam. I wasn't planning on beating you up.
Oh,
with these like poetic verses. However, I won't back down. So we'll come back. We'll come back at 8:40.
Okay.
listening to XTSR and Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B. Mike.
We are back. Okay. Yeah, so we're back with our Poetry Rewind, and we're going to slam. So, B. Mike, since you are saying everything with your chest tonight, say, should we do our rewind or our slam first?
Our slam.
Oh, snap. Okay. So we had a fun idea during the break that we should do a food poem slam. Yikes. So I'm actually kind of nervous. You guys, you already know me. So I'm going to riff. I'm going to start my slam just a little slow and try to riff off of a food poem that I started. That has no name, of course, as is Bellz style.
In Bellz fashion.
Exactly. Oh, psych. It has a name. It's called Foodie, which I am not, but we're going to go ahead and do this. Foodie. I love mac and cheese, potatoes please, nothing from cans, only fresh yams, and I am so hungry. I'm tired of the keto, low carb. What is ketosis? I'm getting lost. I thought this was supposed to improve my cognitive function, but maybe it's just causing me a lot more dysfunction in my body. I don't even want to exercise. I walk up the steps. I'm still winded. Just give me food, please. Some greens, string beans, some sweet potatoes. Did I already say mac and cheese?
All right. Ready for the slam?
I'm ready. I'm always ready. Gloves are always on. Pen clicked.
All right. Pea feet, chitlins. What else? Thanksgiving food. Let's see. Green beans, yams, mac and cheese. I'm getting hungry just thinking about all that food we're going to eat. Just stomach's already ready for that food. Wait, I'm not getting that food this time because I'm not going down to South Carolina because of work. Work sucks. I hate it here, but I love it here at the same time because I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving with you. Be Mike.
Ooh. That was cute. But this is a slam. And it's about to get bad for you.
Okay. Go ahead, Kay.
All right. Okay.
Put your gloves on. Last box.
Also, wait, was it a tradition to go down south?
Yeah.
You're not doing that?
Not this week. Not this time.
Oh,
because
okay.
Amazon won't let me take that Friday off.
Oh, what do they call it? PTO?
No, vacation time.
Oh.
They won't give me my vacation time for that.
Thumbs down.
Right.
For Amazon.
That's fitting.
Okay, here we go. Green beans, potatoes, tomatoes, just riff from the old lady. This is a slam. I love it here. I'm not going down south, unfortunately. No, me either. But I'm ready for the Thanksgiving table, the turkey as dry as ever. No gravy, and I'll gladly have lots of vegetables on the side because diet on Thanksgiving.
Okay, Bellz. Okay. right. Let's go. Okay. This is supposed to be a slam. Why are you laughing? This isn't a laughing matter. Missing food is not a laughing matter. Ham, turkey, green beans, all those foods are so good when cooked by the right people. But when it's not cooked by the right people, you can taste it. You can taste the burntness. You can taste the lack of flavor. Green bean casserole? Who eats that? Definitely not me. Be
Okay. Okay. I'm not speechless. I'm just making a decision, and I I don't know. Let me just go. What you call a fight is playtime for me. You're busy blowing chocolate kisses. Won't you pick up a Reese? Like the candy. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. You should chew a little more on the chicken bones because all you get are the scraps. And I don't want to turn this into a rap battle, so let me change the tone to something more poetic. Dear, dear, um, hmm, cheese sauce, tomato sauce, any kind of sauce, anything that is warm, I hold dear. But really, everything I look forward to on Thanksgiving has to do with cake and cookies and sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie, I've been eating it since I was 5. People have begged for me to sell it by the pound. I'll never, ever give them a slice of sweet potato pie.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. Sweet potato pie. Oh my goodness. That's another thing I'm gonna miss. My grandfather, he makes the best sweet potato pie. So moist and just all around delicious. No one can make a sweet potato pie like him. There few have tried, but none have succeeded. They miss a few ingredients or something. It just doesn't taste like his sweet potato pie. He taught me how to make it. And that's what I'm gonna do. Be mate.
Okay. Sweet potato over pumpkin every time. Let's break tradition and try something new at dinner time like sushi or tacos or even some good homemade lasagna. Or what about store-bought chicken? Let's keep it easy. No spending hours in the kitchen slaving over a hot stove because really the holiday's about family.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Family time can be spent in the kitchen, cooking together, cooking everything with love. It brings people together. Cooking, that is. Thanksgiving dinners sometimes afterwards are filled with arguments and disagreements, and I just like the food. I enjoy the food. I just want to be involved in the making, the cooking, the eating of all the food. I am a foodie, a real foodie, not an imposter foodie like K-Bellz. Being right.
That's the last applause you get. The kitchen, the heart of the home, hottest in the winter. I'm just wanting, saying, planning to stir it up a little different. What else do you make? Oh, right. You're never cooking in the kitchen. I don't think you make anything. Um, but I'm going to make pretty much everything, the corn souffle, to the greens, to the pies, to the chicken, to the turkey, to the everything, because I only sit on the couch when the day is done. No, I'm not a real foodie, nor do I claim to be, because I don't just spend the whole holiday eating. I'm actually cooking. B might, you sound like you are posing. No music.
Let's go. Posing. Posing? No, that's not me. I actually be in the kitchen helping with the food. I might not I might not actually cook everything, but I help when needed. Sometimes I'm not needed, so I'm sleeping in the sleeping on the floor. I am only helpful when wanted. I am not actually needed most of the time, but I enjoy being wanted. Be my oh
Help when needed, meaning just sleeping, complaining. When is the food ready? Oh, don't worry, because the real chefs will handle it. We're always doing the cooking, and we make sure it tastes just all right, right in time for Thanksgiving. K-Bells!
let's go. You know what? I do ask when's the food gonna be ready, but I also help when needed. Yes, help when needed was said. I am almost never needed, so yes, I am asleep on the couch or somewhere, cause I sleep everywhere. Apparently, I even slept on the couch in the office a few times, but that was I was tired. Be Mike.
Okay. Who are the foodies without the cooks? The truth is, the true foodies are the cooks, because they taste everything, they eat all day, they put in the time, they are the resources that make everything and put it on the table for the fake foodies to sit and just enjoy, to send messages about it. Ooh, this is so tasty, to post about it like they made it. It's us, the cooks, who are the real foodies.
Let's go. The real foodies. Yes, y'all do spend the time in the kitchen, tasting and fixing and all that. But the real foodies are the people who actually sit and enjoy their food, not eating it in a rush, not just tasting what they made, but actually sit and enjoy it. I am a real foodie. Because not only do I cook, sometimes, not necessarily on Thanksgiving, but I do cook. And I do taste. And I do sit down and enjoy my food. But do the foodies, do the cooks actually enjoy what they made? Because they made it? Or are they just putting on a front because they made it? They want everybody to think they actually like what they made. Be Mike.
Oh my goodness. The fake foodies sit and sit and sit on the couch and watch TV. They watch Hell's Kitchen. They think Gordon Ramsay yelling is the same as them working over the pots and pans. They watch us, the cooks, sweating and toiling, adding flavor to everything. The truth is, the foodies just enjoy. But once again, what are the foodies without the cooks? And what are the cooks without the foodies? We can all live in peace on Thanksgiving.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Last one. Thanksgiving, like you said before, is about family, right? So, peace and harmony, cooks and foodies. Yes, we should live in peace. So, when the foodies ask, when's the food going to be ready? Even if it's a million times, the cooks should never be angry, never be upset, because the foodies are waiting to enjoy their food, sitting patiently, sometimes, watching football during Thanksgiving, and just enjoying the time they are with the family. Be Mike.
Gave up some applause for that.
Some applause.
Some applause. All right. Well, just to keep it even, since you started, I gotta end.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do this last slam, and hopefully there's no rebuttal. Thanksgiving, I'm giving thanks to all my friends, my family, the sweet potatoes, the potatoes, greens, bacon, turkey, gravy. This is not one of my favorite holidays, but it is one of the most fun. It's one of the most relaxing and heartwarming. And, you know, it's just great to put in a lot of work and then watch people like me might do nothing. Psych. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Dang.
Only because you asked nicely.
Okay. All right. So it's the top of the hour. It's 9:00, and we're going to get into our poetry rewind. So I'm going to go first because we're taking from an old recording, and I found a poem a little like earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So let's rewind to a poem from Poetic Siren. Hold on. Hold on a second. Whoopsies. Hold on a second. We're having some technical difficulties, so I'm gonna let B Mike take over for a second while I look at some plugs.
So, while we're figuring out these technical difficulties, one of our supporters, and they were on one of our open mics, and we need to go back to hosting open mics. We really do, because those brought people together. Yeah. So, okay, it's still.
Oh yeah, we should host the open mics again. I agree. I don't know why nothing is coming out. So maybe I'll just put my mic on. Okay, well, we can just play it from your device. It's the timing is like 4:42. Thanks to Be Might for reintroducing Poetic Siren so that you guys have some context as to who she is. And yeah, we were honored to have them on our show.
Or what?
So the timestamp is 4:42. Yes, we were honored to have them on our show. And we hope to have them back. This is a poem from Poetic Siren.
Okay, so I'm gonna start it at 4:34, just to give some context.
Okay.
Okay. People think it's simple. Stepping out of the closet saying, "Hi, I like guys," or "I don't want a boyfriend." Like something that must be appointed. Not everyone can break the delusion we made on an illusion that we're all right. People tend to see my smile instead of my emotions because I never open the. I'm sorry, it's really hard to do this right now.
It's okay. We can try to do it in another format. Like if you can call
Let me.
in or
So, okay, pizza off burger. um,
oh, what are you talking about?
they stopped in the middle of their poem.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did not listen to it all the way through.
Yeah,
But we have another poem to rewind that is at about 20 minutes. So let's just play that one. I gave you the timestamp earlier, but I forgot it. Do you remember it?
27 something.
Yep. So it was 2026.
20. All right.
Yeah, so this is another poem by Poetic Siren that she actually finished saying. So I'm just going to talk a little more.
Starting at 2024.
2028.
Hmm?
2028. Well, like 2026, sorry.
2024 to get some context.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is Rainbow Jeans, take two. People think it's simple. Stepping out of the closet saying, "Hi, I like guys," like some, or "I don't want a boyfriend," like something that must be appointed. Not everyone can break the delusion because we made an illusion that we're all right. People tend to see my smile and emotions because I never opened the drain to let it flow with falling rain. Sticks and stones may break my bones. I always heard this, yet their words irritate me the worst. I would compare the repetitive ensemble to a mosquito, however, it's not a good alter ego. They call me gay. I would love nothing more. Crack open a dictionary. Happiness. That's what I'm fighting for. See, they lost the wars of literature and passed it off as slang, and yet I speak a color I can't see. Apparently, to those, I'm unequal. If I'm so equal, let me profess a sequel. I seek a higher education that'll leave me at another station. In emotional contemplation, my mindful conversation. I'm not so innocent, though. It's true. I've been deceitful in this life, not just to the public, but those I held tight. Though they said it's okay, it's not. Me occulting all these lies for so long, I've been so blind, and though I wasn't covering my own eyes, but when opened, I saw fear in their eyes, and I'm piecing together memories of my family, explaining the dangers of the world and functionality. From what I hear, chains and sticks are not enough to infect the soil with our rainbow colored blood. However, I must floss my brain with the miracle of electrotherapy so it brings me serenity. It is imperative that we seek attention to the damage. However, most of us have paid the River Master's fee. Most are told to. But why visit Hades when hell appears to us here and there's no need? It's around us that our ideas collide. It's better to tell them. How can we if we don't see eye to eye? My mother knows my truth and believes in me. Yet, on the other hand, my father still fears that of me. So I sew my lips from him. I don't blame him. He was raised that way, but for others, I can't say the same. See, I hear voices that are not my own telling me, saying who I am is not so, but it's me who knows. I know what stepping from that threshold says, death sentence, and I would be lying if I didn't tell you that I have prayed every day and denied who I am because I was labeled. Let me step back and collect myself. I have seen what words can do, and instead of fixing it, we're remixing it and saying it's natural, unnatural, and explaining that. Try explaining that to the 1,500 species that have come to grow. See, many don't know, but I have died not here, but in different places. One where I jumped off a building, slit my wrist, hung my former self, driven off a cliff, and locked the box and burned it, set it on fire, and yet again I have died 100 times. Yet I stay and smile for those in endless torment, for they hide their scars made of self-harm and want to see red, thinking that's all they need, but not plead, help me. I'll pray to thee, a message we should say, as they write in their endless days, wishing for glorious appraise for being normal. It's a war in the mind and a drive of pride. After all, people think it's simple. Jazz hands.
That was Rainbow Jeans by Poetic Siren. Very, very awesome.
Yes, yes. Um, they were supposed to break that down for us. I think they did, and after that, do you want to
Yeah,
listen
it was
to the
right
breakdown?
after. Okay, so we'll rewind the breakdown.
Oof.
Wow.
Mm.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm waiting for you to say something.
Yo,
Miss Spit on it. Do you have any
Take the
words?
mic from us.
Right. Do you have any words?
I just really like the flow of the poems, I have a thing with, like rhymes and, flowetry, you know. So that's what I'm really listening for, and that's what I really enjoy.
It
Thank
came
you.
across to me as something very vulnerable, and I liked the experience. And why did you say it's something that you continue to change?
Because it's not just that.
Oh,
Oh
okay, we can't
man.
hear you. So, Tay Z, what's your take or reaction?
Oh, you can't hear me? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're back, but we're still gonna do Tay Z because we.
Take it easy.
You still need me?
Yeah. What was your
Okay.
reaction to that poem?
Bruh. I mean, honestly, one thing I do love about one thing I do love about not even just that poem, but just in general, but mostly that poem, was indeed the vulnerability. Like, I do agree with Misfit. There's something very amazing about the fact that, like, I'm almost jealous because I wish I could word things like that as well, because it's like, as many like deep-seated issues or insecurities that I have, it's so hard to put things into words. And I feel like just in general, I'm almost envious of you know, of your power, you know, the siren.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. I actually never had anybody say that before.
Oh.
So you know what?
Well, you got a hater who's finally come forward.
Oh, what? Nah.
Well,
No, the
we're coming down to the last 3 minutes of the show. So, Poetic Siren, we want to give you the last few minutes to talk about your piece and whatever you want, whatever context you want to add.
I wanted to do one more
So
poem.
the reason why I call it an evolving poem is because I'm never truly done with my journey. And like right now, I still have more to write from not just my gender identity, but also what I continue to keep seeing, especially with how society keeps seeing not just me, but other people. Because this is also kind of like a call to action type of poem, mainly because when it comes to like a lot of people in the community that are being still shunned away, still being seen and degraded, it's something that's not fun because it can happen to just anyone, you know, and yet people still hide because their worst fear is the fact that their family is just gonna leave them one day, and that's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. And with the things we were talking about earlier, like stereotypes, it sounds like it's especially not fair because some things change according to social norm and like the times. So it's like it should just be not just a construct, but a standard of like understanding.
Definitely. Especially when like because growing up, a lot of my family members have told me that like if I ever go to my country, or not my country, their country, because I was born in America, them being in Honduras, a lot of them tease me saying that, oh, you know what they do to people like that, you know, they'll tie them up, beat them with sticks until the demon is gone. Even though my family knows it's not like that, it's not true that a demon possesses somebody. No, trust me, I touch holy water. I'm pretty sure I haven't burnt yet, but if I did, I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you so much, Poetic Siren. We really appreciate having you on the show. And where can we find you and keep listening and reading your poetry?
So I do have an Instagram, and I recently am new to Twitter actually. So you can support me on Twitter or in Instagram, just at poetic_siren. I have those two. I try my best to write even small haikus in my Twitter. I need to be a little more active in Instagram. However, it's been a while that I can say, but I'll always keep trying, and you know, always support your local talents and everybody, no matter how big, no matter how small. Straw mentality, I call it. You know.
And that was Poetic Siren on Poetry Slam a few weeks ago. They are very unique. And sorry about that. Yeah, they are very unique, and definitely follow up with them on social media if you want more.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We definitely need to reconnect with them soon, so they can be back on the show.
Actually, I'm not sure how you met Poetic Siren, but I met them through you because we had open mic.
That's
we
how.
had the space.
The open mics.
Through the open mics?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I think we need to start the open mics back up. You know?
Keep connecting. I also noticed that people in Baltimore, which is where we are, have been having more in-person open mics. Like, I guess especially since the pandemic is over. So, you know.
Quote unquote over.
Quote unquote over. I mean, yeah, definitely quote unquote, because several people within my immediate friend circle got COVID. I didn't, but it's like still going around.
Yeah.
So
people are still getting COVID.
Yeah. So definitely still stay safe out there. However, events are coming back.
That's facts.
Yeah. So, but we should definitely do an open mic. You want to do one next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Same time?
Sure. I think it's 9 to 10.
Yep.
Right on Thursday.
Yep.
Okay. Look out for that on Twitter. Which Twitter account?
Napoleon B. Mike.
Okay. Gotta get B Mite famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are a bunch of fun, and we should get back to doing that. Reconnect with our poetry community.
Definitely. Because we're also in need of more guests.
Yes, we are.
So if you're out there listening or re-listening, definitely hit us up on Poetry Slam, Bellz, or Napoleon B. Mite.
Yes.
On any social media platform.
We have so many channels. Leave a comment, send a direct message, and we will follow up with you. We're so interested in artists.
Yep. And yeah. So if you're out there, poets listening, if you want to be on our show, just hit us up. We'll figure out a time. We go from 8 to 10.
Yeah. Every Friday. Yes. And if you can't be on live, that's okay. We would love to record something with you.
Right.
Okay. So we will be back with Tay DZ to do our poetry news and also complete our poetry prompt of a food poem.
Okay.
Even if it's a riff.
Okay.
Let's
do it.
So we'll be back at 9:30 with Tay DZ.
Olives had a major run. Maraschino cherries, major run. No one had a run like limes. No one.
Je veux que tu saches. Réponds, dis-moi que ça va. What'll I do?
And we are back on Poetry Slam with K Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B. Mike.
Yes, and we have our featured guest, Tay DZ.
Hi.
Hey,
What up? Ooh,
what's up?
Excuse me.
Excuse you too. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just, I'd say chilling at work, but I'm working, so I'm not really chilling now, am I?
No.
It's been a semi-busy day. You know, just here vibing. Unfortunately, I could not fully put my full attention into some of the stuff that was talked about today. But I did hear I did hear the initial poems that y'all were sharing. I do like the classics.
The clashing?
The classics.
The classics.
You know,
Oh.
B Might's what do you call it? Emotional natural disaster poem. You know.
Confidence can be a natural disaster.
Yeah. And of course, the imposter poem from UK Bellz.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, thank you so much, Tay DZ.
You're welcome.
So we're so glad to have you back. Before we get down to the business of poetry news, I definitely have to file a report on Napoleon B. Mite
Hold up.
for swinging. I don't want to name drop because I'm not sure how comfortable this person is with being put out there. So I'm just gonna say that Napoleon B. Mite was
Hey.
swinging on a Reese's cup.
Oh, Reese.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, something so innocent. Yeah.
No, hold up. She be beating me up, too. Don't get it twisted.
Do you hear this, Tay DZ?
It is a
This
two-way
is sounding Chris
street.
Brown-esque.
It is a two-way street.
B Mite, are you causing fights over some candy?
No.
We're talking about Napoleon B. Mite's girlfriend, Tay DZ. Just to be clear.
Reese's Puff. That's what I call her.
Yes.
You swinging on? Oh, come on now, B Mite.
No.
B Mite.
No.
This
This
ain't
is
no
some-
park. This ain't no kiddie park. No swings here, bro.
No.
The serious dad disappointment you're getting.
No.
You ought to be ashamed.
Hey.
Ashamed.
Hey. This is a two-way street. She beat me up first.
Okay, call the police, B Mite.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So.
I think I will.
Oh my goodness. That's an L for you, B Mite. L for you.
No, but her reactions and watching her reactions in the little window is hilarious.
Okay.
Anyway, back
Of course,
to
leave it to B Mite to condone violence. So, yeah. So our poetry news has to do with the country folk, the cowboys, and we have.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. We have read some cowboy poetry on the show in the past. However, I wanted to revisit it because we've got some interesting news coming out about Black Westerns. So, Tay DZ, I know you're already familiar with this. So, I'm going to let you take the lead on this new movie coming out. And I'll just add in some information because I have the article up right in front of me.
Who, me? Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
you.
Thank you.
You.
you, Tay DZ, you.
You.
Just like Lloyd. Well, I do know that the Black Western has been very much all the rage recently. And we are getting another Black Western being directed by Mario Van Peebles. And I forget all the names that's going to be in it, but I know Whoopi Goldberg's going to be in it. And it's very interesting because,
Oh, Cedric the Entertainer is going to be in it?
oh snap.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious. I
Uh,
honestly, has Cedric the Entertainer ever played a serious role?
I don't know.
I'm sure he has once.
Maybe. I feel like maybe in a Black movie he was the father giving like a stern message. No, I don't know. I can't really imagine him in anything more serious than that.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
I definitely have to look that up.
Because I just feel like for most of his career, he has been like
The comedic.
and also like the senior figure.
Yeah.
So I feel in a movie he would be like a family guy and
Yeah.
probably a father.
The fun-loving Western father.
DC Young Fly is going to be in it.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be hilarious. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be a serious movie at all.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's going to be funny for sure.
TDZ, do you know who DC Young Fly is?
Yeah, isn't he like a comedian? I remember, was he on
Not like a comedian. He is.
Right,
He is.
he's on Wild 'N Out, bruh.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, I
my
remember
goodness.
Young Fly.
Oh my goodness.
I felt like he was going to be in it.
TDZ, you just sound so uncultured.
Oh my
Brother.
gosh.
I said his occupation.
Dang.
But you said like a comedian,
Wow.
and you didn't know where he was from, bruh. Like
The word escaped me. The name of the show escaped me. Brief.
Okay.
See,
the-
I like to think that a fellow ADHDer understands cognitive dissonance sometimes. Next time I'll judge you, B Mike.
hey. Sometimes I deserve it. I'll take that.
So also, oh sorry, go ahead, TDZ.
I was about to add in, Mario Van Peebles actually directed a Western movie years ago. I think it was called Posse.
Was it with
He's the godfather of black film, Melvin Van Peebles. For anyone who doesn't know,
Was he did he do that was Idris Elba in that one?
huh? What did you say?
Was Idris Elba in the movie Posse?
No, he's in The Harder They Fall.
Oh
That came out
yeah.
years ago.
I know he was in a Black Western, but I didn't remember.
Oh,
which
he's
one.
in Concrete Cowboy.
Oh,
Idris Elba
okay.
with the actor from Stranger Things. I know that much. But yeah, so
And he like two of them. He was in like two of them in like the span of a couple years.
yeah.
So,
Wait, we already talked about The Harder They Fall, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, are those the two you're referencing? Concrete Cowboy and The Harder They Fall.
yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, this Western film, this Black Western film, is a part of the Black Yeehaw agenda, and
Blacky.
yes, and the whole point of it is to reflect on the legacy of Black cowboys, which some are just very unaware of or feel has kind of been erased from American history. Like when you think of the cowboy, you don't think of Black people. So we're bringing that back in, and that's what is motivating this whole thing. So the story is, quote, a renegade cowboy putting together a multicultural team of new and old friends in order to ride into dangerous, unsettled territory to retrieve gold from an abandoned mine. Hot on Chief's tail is Angel, a spurned lawman and Civil War veteran with a thirst for vengeance. So begins a cross-country journey with Chief and his band of outlaws, crossing paths with a number of interesting historical characters along the way.
No, this definitely sounds like a comedic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be busting your sides.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I'd go to theaters to see this. I mean, so many things like just go straight to streaming,
Yeah.
but I think this is going to go to theaters, and I want to watch this in the theater.
No, I would definitely watch this in the theater because it would be just nice to just sit in the theater and just laugh.
Yeah,
with other people.
for sure.
Everybody enjoying themselves in a theater setting now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, we can talk about that a little bit more. But before we get too far off the topic of Cowboy, Tay DZ, did you want to say anything else about the upcoming movie?
Well, I definitely would love to go see the film in theaters. Hopefully, it comes out in theaters. The Black Yeehaw, and I'm all for it. Look, I love westerns, but I always noticed every western has to include like it's always like a white guy. No shame to him, but always wanted to see my people as cowboys. It'd been pretty cool.
Old man Tay DZ watching
Dang.
westerns.
Hey man, some of them aren't even old. You got to watch Hateful Eight and what's that other one called? The 2010 version of True Grit. Good stuff.
Still old man Tay DZ.
Ooh.
Look, you might. I'm sorry that
No, I like westerns too, but like, do you be watching them like every day, like every Saturday?
No, not every day, but sometimes you have a craving for like candy, and you eat it, and then you're good for a bit. That's a western for me, Like I got a craving for it every now and then. Then I lick that craving away.
Lick it away.
So, yeah, lick it away.
That's what you going with?
Look, you might.
You're
But
listening
the
to
leg for 5 minutes.
XCSR.
Okay, Tay DZ.
All good people.
Yeah, so I found this book called Western Cowboy Poetry, an African American Perspective from Sharon Carpenter. And she talks about like Stagecoach Mary, who is this like pioneer in Tennessee born to slave parents. And she was like alive during this cowboy black Western era. And there's like a whole little biography about her, but she was very known, and she had the largest funeral in her town when she passed away. She was like 6 feet, 250 pounds, and she had a temperament like a grizzly bear. But anyway, so this is sort of an excerpt from the book about her. This is a short one. So, Stagecoach Mary begins. Don't know if you are aware of this one thing. Way out west gals were outnumbered, 4 men to each, so they had choice pickings. Some chose to marry, others did not. If a gal married, and he was rot, she could divorce at daybreak and remarry at dark.
That's cold. That's cold.
I like that life.
That's cold.
There should be a movie based on that.
I feel like if Kay was a little taller, she could play that role.
Huh? I mean, we could do some tricks. Like, I could stand on a box to look taller in the film. Like, I can.
Nah, you need a leg extension to play that role.
I think you're trying to beckon for Zendaya. I mean, she's actually the tallest female actress that I know. She's either 5'11" or actually 6 feet tall. But anyway, yeah, she's an interesting character.
That would be the perfect role for you, Kay.
Thank you for being nice to me. I should have let you win the slam. Okay, no, I shouldn't have.
You think you won?
Yeah. Actually, I think it was like 50-50. I think we both put forth good energy.
It was a tie.
Yeah, it was a tie. Okay. So we mentioned earlier, like, we would love to go to the theater to see a really good movie. And recently, just in like film and TV news, Steven Spielberg was speaking out about how things have just been relegated to streaming, like especially HBO Max. And creatives or like filmmakers' work shouldn't just be relegated to a streaming service. It should go to the theater because the pandemic is over.
Right.
So Tay DZ, quote unquote. So right now it's getting into a place where streaming services are making more money off of the material, but it's at the disadvantage of the creators.
Yeah, no, I've definitely like felt that going to a theater
Yeah.
is much better than watching it on TV at home,
Yeah.
because not only do you get the full experience, but the creators get their credit
Yeah.
and get their pay.
It's kind of an honor too. Like, wow, people are going out to see my creation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, it's just some movie they saw on Netflix or Hulu. Or,
Yeah, it's more tangible to go to a
Right.
theater.
Exactly. You can like actually see the revenue coming in.
Right.
I mean, not even just the revenue, just
Well, the enjoyment too.
yeah, like seeing people enjoying your film. Like, if I was like a big name filmmaker and one of my films was out, I would totally buy a ticket to my own film and just sit in during like opening day and just listen to people enjoy it.
There's definitely a lot more glory about having your thing playing somewhere because you get more press. It's not just on TV. Like, it's somewhere, you know? So, yeah.
Imagine going to a theater on opening day and they're playing a movie and people are watching it
Yeah.
and they come out saying it sucked.
Oh my gosh.
Like, can you imagine the disappointment that person would feel? Like,
I would be so confused because I would be thinking, yeah, I thought my movie was great. Like, that would be me. Like, oh wow, I don't even understand like what they saw. We saw two different movies.
like the overall like consensus was disgust and hate for your film. Like, that would be painful. That would just be like, okay, maybe I should choose a different field.
I don't know about. Yeah, that would keep me up for a few weeks. I would just trying to figure out like what happened because I don't think anybody sets out to make a bad movie,
Right.
put on a bad show. Like the whole time you think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, what went wrong? And like, imagine being a director and you handpick the cast, and you'd be like, and the people be like, damn, that movie really sucked. Like,
That's the word. Like all the money that goes into film, like I feel like there are very few mid-budget movies in the theater right now.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them are high-budget movies. So if you spend like $100 million or like we're a part of $100 million project and it sucks,
and people overall hate it. Like,
it's a waste of resources. Are you kidding?
right. Like, after opening day, you never hear your movie like spoke of.
I mean, if my movie is bad, I want it to be one of the worst ever. Like, I don't want people to stop talking about it. Like, I want to get as much clout from the movie as possible.
What?
So that when I come back with something else, they're like, oh, yeah, I remember that person. They made this, even though the movie was bad. Like, I'll still get I remember them. Because, like, I feel we see a lot of bad movies, but you don't always remember them.
Yeah.
Like I just want it to be impactful. Yeah.
Nah, but like that would just be painful to listen to. Like, you just be like, you just walk out of that theater hoping to hear good things about your movie. You be like, you just walk out and hear, man, that was really bad. That was a really bad movie. Like, the script sucked. The actors weren't right for that script. Like, ugh.
I don't even know what it was about.
Right. The music was too loud. The voices were too low. Like,
I would be mad at my team. I would be like, why didn't you guys say anything?
yeah.
But how would you react?
I would just fire.
Would you blame any?
I
I
would fire everybody.
Dang.
Fire
Nobody gets paid.
Fire my whole team.
It's over. We're never making anything ever again.
Hey.
Tay DZ, you haven't spoken that much. What do you think?
How would you feel?
If I had a film that bombed historically, where that's a
Just
badge
bombed.
of honor.
I want a historically bombing film. If a film I make ever bombs, it must be historical. But like we're speaking about bombing generally.
Oh, I mean, if it bombed just in general, is it said? Yeah, but you got to hop back on the train. You got to get back to making something better. Listen to the criticism. You know, I mean, if you hear somebody personally trashing your film, you can just look at them straight in the eye and go, "Your mom," and leave. But like, you know, you can't be dwelling on that. I ain't gonna dwell on it. Not too hard, at least.
Nah, I'm an overthinker. I'd be like, man, what really went wrong? Like, where was the disconnect?
Yeah, it'll be 3 years later, and I'll be like, wow.
No facts. Like, I'll be like, yo, huh? Like, I would still be thinking about that movie and how bad everybody said it was. Like,
what if you put out an Oscar-winning movie 3 years later? Like, it sweeps at the Oscars.
I would trash talk everybody.
Right, exactly. I'd be like, you thought that movie was bad? Look, I came back with a vengeance.
Everything I do, y'all talk about. That's
right.
But would you still be dwelling on that one bad film? If you had that Oscar-winning film?
Yes.
Wow.
That's for me. I mean, if I had a blockbuster that bombed, I feel like you can equate that to like a quarterback losing a Super Bowl,
or like a quarterback with a no-win season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I agree.
No, because like, imagine being a quarterback with a no-win season, like. That's a coaching staff, teammate issue, but like having a film that you directed and wrote, directed, and produced and picked the cast for, like,
dang,
that's all on you.
I mean, films bomb for all different types of reasons. There are good films that have bombed.
What's a good film that bombed?
Exactly.
A good film that bombed? Oh man, I gotta look in my archives. But a lot of good films have bombed.
Oh my gosh, Soul Plane bombed in the box office, but it was very popular among the people. Like, that's the film that like surged Kevin Hart's popularity in his early career. Like, people were going up to him saying, "Oh, you're the guy from Soul Plane." Like, that was when people first started recognizing him.
Oh
no, but like,
go ahead. Sorry,
but not one that just bombs in the box office.
Oh,
but like bombed all around
on all levels. Wow.
Like it's critically trashed too.
Yes.
Oh, what about The Disaster Artist? Not the new one, but the first one. I mean, it's a cult classic now, but wasn't that something that was like, it had bad critic reviews and bad fan reviews?
Are you talking about The Room?
Yeah, The Room.
That was an awful, awful movie, and people like that movie ironically.
Right. Like, now it's a cult classic, but then in the box office and like to the public, it was a thumbs down.
Oh yeah, it's an objectively bad movie. It is awful, but it's so awful that it becomes bad. Like, I actually would not mind being the creator of a movie that was so bad it was good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would want a movie that's so bad that it was good. Or like, it's like, so, I mean, I don't want that, but if I have a bad movie, like, it's so bad that it's good. Or it has the potential to be a cult classic, because I just looked up The Room and it's in theaters right now. It's screening again next Friday.
It's great. It's hilarious. You can sit down with your friends. It never stops being hilarious. But you have to be like so far up your own rear end to make a movie that bad, I feel.
Like,
that was Tommy Wiseau.
Like,
he's very mysterious.
Like, a movie that bombed so bad. It's like a dramatic movie
Mm-hmm.
that's just funny. Like
Yes.
Funny.
a movie that's supposed to be dramatic. Like
Yeah.
not a dramedy, not
Yes.
a dramatic comedy or anything like that. Like just straight up supposed to be dramatic.
For me, that's Twilight. But Twilight didn't bomb in the box office. Like,
Exactly.
they thought it was going to be a bad movie that didn't really make much money. Some people still think it's bad, but that's considered a cult classic at this point. And at the time, it was awesome in the box office.
Exactly. So
To me,
not even an ironically funny dramatic movie.
oh, just not
That-
funny. Oh my
like-
gosh.
like- Like that just did horrible in the box office, horrible critic reviews, horrible fan reviews. Like imagine that movie being your movie.
Like, well, shoot, back to the drawing board. Sorry.
yeah, back to the drawing board. I need to improve my skills.
Right. Yeah,
Like
you can't.
sometimes. Oh, go ahead, TDZ.
I'm just saying you can't dwell on your on your past failures. You know, every filmmaker has a bomb, has an awful piece of trash movie. It's what it is.
Like sometimes I make stuff and I look at it like weeks later and I'm like, this is bad. Like I spent a lot of time on this. But it's like sometimes your skills grow so much and your taste change so fast because you're working on something.
Yeah.
So I feel if I have a bad movie like that, then I may actually look back on it and be like, oh yeah, this is bad. Like why did I think this was good? You
Yeah.
know, now I've learned.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, so we're coming down to the last 3 minutes of our show. TDZ, we've got a little bad news for you. We already slammed some food poems. So technically, we fulfilled your prompt and went beyond it. Yeah.
We hear little bits of it, but I can hear the recording on my own as well.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
can hear
can.
the recording.
Rewatch
Rewatch.
on YouTube.
On YouTube. Poetry Slam with 2 M's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, are y'all looking for another prompt?
We are looking for another
Yeah.
prompt.
As always, TDZ.
Okay. So something that's been on my mind recently is daylight savings time, because we just had it. We just gained an hour, and people always talk about how it affects the sleep. I want to try to make a poem about dreams.
Dreams.
Yeah.
I don't dream.
Like,
I rarely
it-
dream.
You dream with your eyes open, Napoleon B. Mate.
Oh yeah.
You are
It could be
absolutely
it could
correct.
be daydreams. It could be a daydream. It could be a fantasy that you have. It could be, something that you dreamed of last night. Anything.
Well, I'm definitely going to make a poem about my imaginary boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh, was that too much of a preview? I guess you know what? You'll get it next week and you're going to love it.
Imaginary boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it.
Conjured him up. Reconjured him earlier this week.
Reconjured him.
Oh, okay. We've got a story for next week.
Reconjured him.
Okay.
Reconjured him.
We're coming to the last
Okay.
end of our show. Thank you so
we
much.
definitely need to hear that story.
Thank you so much, TDZ. Thank you for listening to Poetry Slam. TDZ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to Poetry Slam. I'm K Bellz.
And I'm your boy Napoleon B. Mate. Good night, everybody.